Hey, yeah, it's me, Maria Rey from GroovyWing.com, and in this video, I want to show you my latest Notion workspace. Uh, well, okay, what has been happening for the last few months? Uh, the last video I uploaded was a long time ago, and the reason why I haven't uploaded more is just because I've really been trying to get into a place where I can feel very confident about my process. The first video that you saw probably was like the technician, manager, entrepreneur one. And in there I talked about how can you be in each character all the time by going into a workflow that took you from one place to the other, prompt you with like things to do and things to achieve. And that was really helpful for a lot of people actually. I never thought that that video was going to be as popular, and it literally changed my life. And now a lot of people have been talking to me about Notion. It's crazy and I love it, and I can't wait to show you my new thing. This is my third version of the same type of setup. I still use getting things done, building a second brain. I try to create a way to kind of like work on my daily tasks, and you will see. Let's just dive in. It's always fun to go back into Notion, right? So exciting. Okay, so welcome to my new setup. In here I'm just gonna be looking at the monitor again because, well, as you can see, I'm talking about different aspects of it. Okay, so what has changed? Well, basically a lot of things. This is like the first place that I go to in the morning and the last place I go to at the end of my workday. So what happens here? As you can see, I have different workflows. I have a workflow at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. The thing with this is just because I have an experience working in retail. 2015, I think, 2014, I don't know, long time ago. And what I found really useful was that everyone had a checklist to follow. And so everything was standardized. There was things that you should do when you open the store, and there's things that you should do when you close the store. And so if I were my own business, and if I wanted to have very specific, times where I say, okay, this is done, I'm done for the day, I'm not going to be working, I'm not going to be checking emails. And these workflows prompt me into saying I'm done for the period. And I'm just so excited to show you. You can actually create this in your own way, depending on what is it that you want to do first for your business. My open workflow starts with tracking my routines. I track whatever I did yesterday. Then you will hear when it loads. If it loads. You will see here, I have a similar habit tracker. I kind of upgraded it a little bit. I eliminated about a lot of the habits that were not the best for me. I had a very huge list of things I wanted to do. And the thing is that that's kind of the wrong way to approach making habits. You kind of want to start small and build up from there. I don't want to have more than 4 habits to optimize at a time. And so, for example, I have my habits, I have the days, and I have the consecutive days the weeks actually, that I've been doing this. And so when it reaches to number 4, I can either add a new habit because, well, I've been doing it for a month, it's probably gonna stick, right? And so I eliminate it, I add another one, or I upgrade it, I level it up. For example, drink 1 glass of water can become drink 1 liter of water, or drink as many glasses of water, or 2 or 3 or 4. And so for every 4 consecutive weeks, I upgrade it. Then we have the percentage of completion. Okay, so this is not super easy. I don't know if that was the right way to, let me just move myself, the right way to do this, but let me show you what I did. I'm gonna open the, actually, yeah, there you go. All right. So this is the formula that I use. It's just basically I add up each of these toggle checkpoints. Each one represents the number 1. I divide it by 7 and multiply it by 100. I round it up and it becomes this number, which I don't understand why. And then I grab that and divide it by 100 and it gives me the actual percentage. I don't know if I'm doing this correctly, but it's weird. Let me just see if I can do this. It's just when I delete the round here, it comes up with a lot of decimal places, and I didn't want to do that, but also I don't know if I should change some things here. But anyway, this is how it works for me. Let me see if I can do this. Actually, never mind. Notion is a little bit slow right now. I don't know why. So, never mind. I just figure it out. And that's how I approach things. I just play with things. I try to be as logical as possible. And the idea behind all of this is try to make it as simple as possible. So I have the completed percentage here. And then when I want to archive a habit, I just click here and it goes to, and it should go to an archive view. Anyway, I have my weekly stats I have been doing before. As you see at the beginning of my year, I was doing something wrong. And then I was slowly making it better. I dealt with a lot of stuff this year after all of those videos, and well, doesn't matter really. Okay, and then I have a habit backlog if I want to add stuff in the future. Then we go into my not it. That was I should have hit this button. All right. So this is the first thing I do. I try to track my routines, and that makes me that helps me realize that I want to continue those habits, and so I make some time, or I make sure that I do those things. Then I have this database, which is my favorite thing in the whole world. I call it the mind sweep because it was one of the exercises that I did for my bootcamp. If you want to know about my bootcamp, I don't know if you want to know, but it's very, very exciting for me because I was able to gather a group of people in a community, and each week we talk about a specific theme in productivity. I give them a bunch of templates. It's very casual and fun. And it's a 12-week bootcamp, and also I'm going to be starting it next year. So if you are looking to optimize your systems with Notion or whatever else, then it's going to be fantastic. I hope that you can join me. So in that database, I have different views. Views are the best because they're all filtered and they're all different and they all have a function. So if I go to my today thing, I see that I have a few things I have to do for the day. So I have them by essential, important, nice to have, and you can wait. So all of the essentials are the things that must happen that day, and the importance are, well, if you are done with that, then this is the very next thing that you have to complete. And then nice to have, you can wait are the things that, yeah, if you still have time to complete this, then this is cool. And so I go to my main calendar, which is a woven calendar. Let me just close this. It's waiting, la 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 la. All right. Yes, so you can see that I love this kind of this calendar, because you can add a bunch of calendars together, and it's also part of my time blocking space. So basically I see all of the tasks that I have for the day, and I add them. For example, today there's the recording I'm recording right now, and then I have a 2-hour lunch break, which I highly recommend if you're working for yourself. It's a game changer. And later I'm going to go out and write in a cafe and do stuff because I need that space. So I haven't, oh yeah, so I'm recording a training as well later for Patreon. I have a Patreon, so if you want extra templates and training like this, then please join. I love it. And this weekly plan review is something that I already did, so I'm just gonna move myself. It's similar to what I had before, but because of what I'm going to show you, this will come out every week for me. So if you're thinking about recurring tasks, you're gonna love this. Okay, so I have a few things to do for my weekly review, which I just writing in my journal. I have I have my own journal where I just jot. My favorite pen is the Pilot G2.7, and it's just amazing. Just to the active process of writing, it's the best thing. So I try to do my reviews when I'm writing by hand, and then I take out all of the action steps into my mind soup. The weekly plan, then I go through a process where I list anything that's pending. So all of the GTD stuff, it's done in the weekly review and weekly plan, which happens at the same time. And so you can see the calendar is the same calendar that you will see before. So this is something that I already did. So let's just mark done, and it will disappear from my today because that's done. All right. And yeah, so this is the today place. Now, if I wanted to see my week ahead or everything that's pending from the month, then I go into my calendar view. Let me just move myself over here because we're going to use the close workflow. Okay, in here there's filter that that stuff that's not done. And they have a deadline, so it will come up here. And so how I use this is when I close my day, when I'm done with all of my tasks, I go into this calendar view and move forward all of the undone tasks. For example, if for any reason I didn't complete any of this, it's like the bullet journal kind of, where you can go here, I'm just gonna move it for tomorrow. And the Patreon training, I don't have any time today, then I'll move it to Sunday when I know I'll have a pocket of time. But because that's not happening, we can just move it for today. And that's awesome. Oh, no, wait. Yes. And this way, every time you're done with this, if it's a repetitive task like I did before, then I go into the done and waiting. And I update and document the progress, and I add new actions. So this is the GTD again. I unmark the undone because I needed to. So for example, I just completed this weekly plan, but because it's something that I do every week, then I will just basically change the date and mark undone, and it's gone from the done because it's undone. It's upcoming. Same for everything else. So for example, this changed the status, and so I can just review the things that I'm done and the things that I'm waiting for, and that could prompt me into either changing the next action or just wait and see, like change the progress or stuff like that. Then I can archive completed projects if there's something that I already did that's not coming up again, that is not a process, then I can just archive it. For example, let's say all of this is needed, but let's say that the CRM optimization that I've been using, it's done. I'm not gonna be improving it anymore, so I just archive it and it goes away from here. Finally, I review the backlog just in case there's I have a lot of projects that I'm thinking. I have 52 projects that are in the back burner that are someday maybes. But if I wanted to add it for my own stuff or something that's incoming, then I can mark priority, and it goes into my my things in my either if it had a date, then it will go into there. But okay. Anyway, the archives go into the archives, the backlog, the ideas, and also I have the tomorrow stuff. So I have a few things that I have to do. For example, let's say that clean the floors has now become something important. I just left it in ink and wait because usually, like mopping the floors, it's not as needed as just swiping it. But because now I have been procrastinating a bit on the cleaning part, then that will be... I'm not sure why it does that. Anyway, that will be an important thing to do. And so this way I kind of see my limitations for my tasks and my time and what I think it's important. So if I look at my calendar and I see what can I do with when I do the open workflow, then I will be able to be more realistic with the time that I have, and I will be able to make better decisions based on how I feel and what is the type of attention I have. Some days I have a migraine, I feel sick, and this is one of the best things about, being a freelancer, is that you can take some time off if you like at any time of the week. And so yes, this is my Start Here page, and I absolutely love it because nothing gets I don't miss anything. I make sure that I have my weekly reviews, my monthly reviews. Let me just see what I have in my calendar. My website maintenance. So the way that I kind of organize this is, I don't know if this is the one. Oh yeah, I missed the work in progress. So, okay, so I have a Kanban board where I group them by the status. So there's the not started, the things that are coming, which are within the next week, the things that are in progress, and the things that I'm waiting for. Something that I've been teaching in the bootcamp is being aware of how much things you have in progress. Because you don't want to just leave things pending. Even if you move something that you have done halfway and move it into not started, that's still a work in progress. So I don't want to just leave things pending for too long. And this gives me a very visual of the things that I'm working. So this is why I have stopped starting and start finishing. It's just make sure that the things that you're starting, you're getting it done, or at least finding a way to move forward on them. And so yes, so all of these are just one-off things, or things that are either not starting up or coming, but the things that I actually working on are very important to me. All right. Yes. So the rest of the stuff is the same. I still have my projects, areas, resources, and archives. Maybe I will do a video on that soon. but it's basically the same. Although you can just use one database for all of this, I want to show you maybe this one. No, I need a table. So let's just say backlog. I want to show you the properties that I have because, well, there are a lot, but all of them have a way of being. I have a priority one where everything that's a priority will show up somewhere. I have the project name, which is the kind of like the general project name. Basically, I could link them back into a sprint. That's where I develop my sprints in projects. I have a deadline. I have the urgency. I have a one for done. I have another one for status, as I talked about before. I have another one for archive, the sprint. So I just basically link it to a sprint if there's a project that I'm working on, or there's several projects that relate to a sprint that I'm doing. Okay. I have the created and last updated, so I can see the cycle time for each of those. But there are not all of the properties. There's also 2 more. All right. So I have a clarify here because I used to, at the beginning, I needed to realize, like, what is this? Is a project? This is a process? This is just a task? Or this is an area? What I started doing was just using projects and tasks. So I was trying to differentiate between this being a project or something else being a task. Like, learn a song in a bass guitar can be a task. But learn how to play guitar can be a project. So I was able to create a project based on a task. And also I then added an area because some things are not just projects, they're part of like something that I continually do. And there's, for example, this one area is like a meditation. Meditation is just not a project, it's something that I do. Or website design is something that is constantly happening. Something that I have to maintain. And finally, process is something like my weekly reviews or something that is like a process-driven thing. And then I have my areas. I have the different, not projects, but maybe I still am not sure how I'm gonna use this in the future. But all of these have, just to see like how much I'm balancing between all of the different areas or the themes for each of these or how I categorize them. So that's why I don't really have them there. But I just wanted to show you how I deal with the task and recurrent tasks, a la GTD mode and a la building a second brain mode. These basically are the same as you last saw, but this one is the one that prompts me to taking action, into finding the next, into the next thing to do. Tells me way ahead of time what I have pending, and I try not to put too much on my plate, so I am more realistic on the things that I want to deliver. I'm one of those people that I really value my times of rest, because I see how important that is to continue in delivering these type of things. And I was so excited because not long ago I reached 600 subscribers into my YouTube. So if you're a subscriber, thank you. Oh my god, I love you. And if you have commented before, I can't believe how kind you are. I am surprised on how beautiful this community is. I haven't received one single hate comment. Anyway, I hope that you like this video. If you want to keep seeing more videos, please hit the subscribe button, the likes buttons. That tells me that you're still interested in how to build Notion for the way that you work. And part of it is experimenting, like I've been doing for a while. And I am so excited that you're still with me, and if you're coming back, thank you so much again for watching one of my videos. And if you're new, then welcome to this community. I love that this has become something that really helps me, I don't know, helps me helping you, because you're telling me what to do, what you need. And so if you want to know more about like particular ways to use this, so like an editorial or building like minimum viable products, then just let me know in the comments below what would you like to see next, or if you like this video, or what part of it resonated with you. So thank you so much once again, and remember, just the groove is in the growth. It's part of the life. It's part of life, just like learning and failing, and peace and love. I am just going crazy. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye.